Hi and welcome to the Tres Mambo Latin and Jazz Music School. We're in Sydney, Australia in sunny Leichhardt, and I wanted to make a little bit of a video here to help some people out who are getting into their jazz guitar chords. I've had a few people who've come and done a 10-week jazz course recently who really have needed a bit of a just basic lesson on how to put together some basic chords so they can get down and play some songs. And it's not actually that hard to do once someone shows you the secrets. So that's what this is about. Alright, excellent. Now, the shortcut you can take is really just to learn the basic types of chords on the E string and the A string. And between those two strings you'll be able to, pardon the pun, string them all together. And the three basic types of chords we use in playing the jazz standards are the major chord, the minor chord and the dominant chord, and they come in some different flavours. So I'm going to do the ones that I find are the most practical as well as sounding the best, even though they might not have the simplest names. But generally the chords are interchangeable for each other. In other words, a major 7 chord, a major 9 chord, major 6/9 chord, they're all just variations on the same thing. Same thing, dominant 13, a dominant 7 sharp 5, dominant 7 flat 9. Point is, the guts of them are still all the same. It's still a dominant chord. And for the minor chord, there's various flavours there, but again, they're fundamentally minor. So we're going to learn really just one basic shape for each with a few variations. Alright, let's start off with the notes on the E string. Presumably you know E, F, F sharp, G, A flat, A. Alright, the basic shape for a major flavoured chord. We have the root note, we have the 5th, we have the major 7th, and we have the major 3rd. In this case, G, D, F sharp, and B. If we take it up a fret, it'll be A flat major 7, A major 7, and so on. But let's stick to G. So there is the major 7. And we can include some walking bass lines. Okay, and we could just keep that up for quite some time. Okay, minor 7 chord that follows the E string. Very simple to do. We have the root note, we take this finger and we plop it across the F, the B flat and the D. Straight across. And again, we can walk and play the chord very easily. So that's shape for minor. If we take it up, A flat, A, and so on. And finally, the shape for a dominant. The guts of the dominant is here. We have G, F, and B. Then on top of that, we could add E and A, make a nice 13th chord. We could add E flat and A and make an altered kind of chord. And we could mix and match those two things. So again, major, minor, and dominant, all with their root note on the E string. Now, let's have a look at the A string. Let's go to C for a second. Okay. Notes on the A string: A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D. Sticking to C for a second. The easiest chord to do is the major 6/9. We have C, we have our first finger across E and A, and we have D and G on the top strings. Or you can do with 2 fingers if you prefer. Not to be confused with the next chord, which is C7, which has a B flat in it. No, E and A, not E and B flat. Okay, now this is actually C major 6/9. Sounds like a hard name, but sounds good and is very easy to do. So it'll be C, D flat, D, and so on. Very easy to walk around with. That's the major. The minor is even easier. We make a bar from C across to the top string, and we put our little finger, our second finger, on the E flat note there. And that's a real groovy chord because we can move it around very easily. So that would be, the real name is C minor 11 because it has this F in it. But basically, it's a good C minor sounding chord. And this note names it. So C minor, C sharp, D, E flat, and so on. And now for the dominants. We have C, E, and B flat being the guts. And on top of that, we could add a D or a G. So C, E, and then with this finger we go B flat, D, and G. We could turn that into an altered chord using the little finger and add an E flat and an A to it. Okay. We could also do this and add an F sharp and a D to it to make a 9 flat 5 chord, but all just basic variations on the same thing. So we'll just stick to the basic one for now, C9. So again, the ones that follow the A string, major, minor, and dominant. Now we can put that together very easily by going from one to the other. For instance, if we're in the key of C, we'd expect to find D minor, G dominant, and C major. And we simply go from the A shape to the E shape to the A shape. And that works out very easy. And we can walk. D minor, G7, and C. Okay, so with just those two basic shapes, you can cover most of the chords. Now, there's one other thing we need to have a look at here. Okay, let's say we wanted to put that together into blues. Okay, so let's say a blues in F. We could have F7, B flat 7, F7, B flat, and F. And here, A to D and G minor, C, and F to D and G to C and F, B flat and F, B flat, if you like a bit of a diminished chord, and A to D and G, C, and F, D, G, C, and F. Okay, so I hope that's given you some basic chords. All the other ones you may be looking for can be found as variations on those. And of course, if you'd like to find out some more about us, okay, go to www.trezmambo.com and you can find out all about our lessons. Do hope this has helped you. Bye.